Republicans on Capitol Hill are, I think the technical term is, bummed out. They're depressed. They're down in the dumps. They need some love. They're not feeling good about themselves. Why? Because they ran in 2014 as the party that could get things done on Capitol Hill if only the voters would give them the Senate and they would control both chambers and be a unified force against President Obama. Well, this DHS funding fiasco has not exactly shown them at the top of their game, especially after John Boehner first couldn't even get his own caucus to support him in passing even a 3-week funding extension. And because so many of the conservative wing or the hardline wing in the GOP are so upset about President Obama's unilateral order on immigration that they don't want to fund anything having to do with DHS. But predictably, the GOP didn't have the votes, had to end up passing an extension for most of the year. And now even many Republicans, John McCain and others, are coming out and saying this is not helping us. We don't look good. It's going to hurt our party in 2016 because we said we would show that we could govern. But here's why I don't think it makes that much difference. In the short term, sure. I mean, the Republicans don't look like they have their act together, and this is not helping their brand. But when it comes to who the Republican nominee for president is going to be, once that person is chosen, all of this stuff is going to seem like background noise. Not just that it'll be far in the past, but when a campaign gets underway and the media's white-hot focus is on the nominee of the party, it's all about that person's personality and background and issues and agenda. They drive the conversation. Now, so who could this nominee be? Well, if it's Jeb Bush, or if it's any of the other governors or former governors, Chris Christie or Bobby Jindal or Mike Huckabee, these people are going to be able to say, I barely spent a couple of days in Washington. I'm not to blame for whatever has gone on Capitol Hill. Now, if it's Rand Paul, or if it's Ted Cruz, both are members in good standing of the United States Senate, but they've both positioned themselves as outsiders, both of them mounting filibusters on different topics and bucking the leadership at times. And so I don't think it'll be easy to hang around their necks whatever GOP dysfunction is going on in Congress. Now, Marco Rubio might have a little bit more of a problem because he has worked with the leadership. He cooperated in that bipartisan effort to get an immigration bill through Capitol Hill that did not succeed. But I don't think it'll be that much of a problem for him either. Now, look, the pundits have to have something to write about beside Hillary's email because she hasn't declared, and we have all these other candidates. And the story of the week right now is Hillary's email, Bibi Netanyahu's speech, and the fact that the GOP can't seem to get together in Congress. But what all these geniuses are missing is that it will all be about the nominee, and that nominee and other presidential nominees have done this. Bill Clinton ran against the brain-dead politics of both parties. They will be able to separate themselves if they have the basic political skills from what's going on in Congress. And besides, most voters don't follow it that closely. They will follow the presidential campaign, but whether or not Boehner could get the votes to pass it on the second attempt, that's all going to be ancient history.